Is the Vatican protecting the true teachings of Christ, or hiding a power you were meant to possess? Millions seek healing and spiritual connection within Christianity, but what if a vital piece of the puzzle has been deliberately omitted? What if the very power to heal yourself and others has been obscured, locked away within ancient texts and suppressed practices, all to keep you from realizing your full potential? Here's the thing: Christ's ministry was overflowing with acts of healing, laying on of hands, faith healings, direct energetic transmissions. But somewhere along the line, these potent practices were sidelined, relegated to the realm of miracles, instead of recognized as innate human capabilities. The Vatican, while upholding many beautiful traditions and teachings, has also historically emphasized sacraments administered by priests, creating a hierarchical structure that positions the individual as reliant on external authority for divine connection. Think about it: what if Christ intended for each of us to directly access the divine healing energy, to become conduits of love and restoration? What if the power to heal is not a rare gift bestowed upon a select few, but a dormant ability within us all, waiting to be awakened? But how can someone decide for themselves? Is the Vatican deliberately not allowing us to determine the truth? It is important to note that there is some evidence that suggests energy healing may be only placebo, but the Vatican is still not allowing the open exploration of it regardless. In this video, we'll uncover the suppressed teachings of Christ related to energy healing, providing specific biblical interpretations that have been conveniently overlooked, examine historical accounts of healers and mystics who were persecuted for their abilities, and explore alternative spiritual practices that offer a glimpse into this hidden dimension of Christianity. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools to explore your own innate healing abilities, deepen your connection to divine energy, and reclaim your spiritual birthright. I've spent years studying religious history, esoteric traditions, and alternative healing modalities, and I've uncovered a consistent pattern of suppressed knowledge and hidden potential. But what if the Vatican has been unknowingly misled into this suppression, subtly guided by outside forces, perhaps even from a place of misguided love or fear? So, is the Vatican consciously suppressing the true teachings of Christ about energy healing, or is there a more complex explanation for their suppression? To begin answering that question, we will explore suppressed texts, sacred geometry, and the real-life experiences of quantum healers to begin to understand the truth behind it all. Join me as we peel back the layers of dogma and historical distortion to reveal the authentic teachings of Christ related to energy healing. First, we'll delve into the historical suppression of healers and mystics, examining specific instances of persecution and the motivations behind them. Then, we'll analyze specific biblical passages, exploring their hidden meanings and connections to energy healing practices. Finally, we'll explore practical techniques for unlocking your own healing potential, drawing from various spiritual traditions and energy healing modalities. Ironically, it seems that the Vatican has not always practiced this act of laying on of hands, instead ordering full-blown crusades, going directly against this love frequency. Why is that? Let's uncover the truth. The Vatican presents confession as a necessary step for forgiveness, requiring a priest as an intermediary between you and God. But what if this very act is a distortion of Christ's true message? What if Christ's numerous acts of directly forgiving sins, healing the sick, and offering salvation without demanding adherence to rigid protocols, reveal a path to divine connection that is instantly accessible to us all? This isn't just a theological difference, it's a fundamental divergence in how you perceive your relationship with the divine. Are you reliant on an institution or empowered by your own divine spark? The Vatican wants you to believe that your sins must be absolved through their rituals, but Christ's actions constantly demonstrated direct communion with God without needing external validation. Think about the woman caught in adultery or the thief on the cross. Christ didn't demand they confess to a priest. He offered forgiveness freely and directly. Have you felt that gnawing feeling inside you, that something is wrong and that you are not truly connecting with Christ despite following all the Vatican's rules? Consider the passage, "Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Matthew 18:18. The Vatican interprets this as granting the Pope and the Church authority to dictate doctrine and control spiritual destiny, but what if the true meaning is far more personal, far more empowering? What if this verse is not about papal authority, but about your individual authority over your own well-being? What if it means that you have the power to bind negative energies, heal emotional wounds, and create a reality aligned with your highest good, and that heaven, or the divine realm, simply reflects the choices you make here on earth? People are starting to realize that their health is in their hands and that the verse is not about the Pope. The Vatican won't tell you about quantum healing. Many individuals today are experiencing profound healing through direct prayer, meditation, and a deep sense of faith, completely bypassing traditional religious structures. These are real and should be studied. They report miraculous recoveries from chronic illnesses, emotional breakthroughs, and a sense of inner peace that surpasses all understanding. These aren't isolated incidents. They are a growing testament to the power of individual connection to the divine. Are the Vatican leaders aware of this potential competition? These experiences challenge the Vatican's narrative of hierarchical control, suggesting that divine grace is not mediated by the Church, but freely available to all who seek it with a sincere heart. These people are realizing that their personal experience can provide salvation and not only the priest at the church. But here's the thing, maintaining centralized control over healing practices has significant financial implications. Tithes, fees for sacraments, and donations all contribute to the Vatican's immense wealth and power. What if the emphasis on external authority is not solely about spiritual guidance, but also about maintaining a lucrative revenue stream? Is it possible that the Vatican benefits financially from keeping individuals reliant on the Church for their spiritual and physical well-being? In a small town, the Church often holds significant financial sway, but what if healers and energy practitioners were allowed to flourish? Would this economic dynamic shift, and would the Church lose its grip on the community's resources? People are reporting that since the rise of quantum healing, they have been attending church less and less. But what is the true correlation? This brings us to a crucial question. Has the Vatican historically suppressed alternative healing practices and dissenting voices to maintain its power and control? What they won't tell you is that throughout history, countless healers, mystics, and spiritual seekers have been persecuted, labeled as heretics, or silenced for challenging the Church's authority. Consider the witch hunts of the Inquisition, where countless innocent individuals, many of whom possessed knowledge of herbal remedies and natural healing, were brutally tortured and executed. Were these simply acts of religious zealotry, or were they a calculated effort to eliminate those who threatened the Church's monopoly on healing and spiritual guidance? The truth is they were not all witches, just normal people with healing abilities that threatened the Church. But here's what most people miss. The Vatican's control extends far beyond physical persecution. It also encompasses control over information and education. For centuries, the Church has shaped public opinion, suppressed dissenting voices, and controlled the dissemination of knowledge. The Index Librorum Prohibitorum, the list of prohibited books, stands as a chilling reminder of the Church's power to censor ideas and limit access to information, including texts on alternative healing, esoteric wisdom, and spiritual practices that challenged the Church's dogma. How much of our understanding of health and spirituality has been deliberately shaped by the Vatican? Think about it. The Vatican's emphasis on external authority and adherence to dogma can discourage individual exploration of spirituality and healing. The concept of blind faith, while seemingly virtuous, can also limit personal inquiry, critical thinking, and the willingness to question established beliefs. When individuals are taught to blindly accept the Church's teachings without questioning or exploring alternative perspectives, they may become less likely to discover their own innate healing abilities and connect with the divine in a personal and authentic way. What if true faith lies not in blind acceptance, but in courageous exploration and a willingness to question everything? Here's the shocking truth. Power structures, by their very nature, operate on energetic dynamics. Centralized control requires a tremendous amount of energy to maintain, often at the expense of individual empowerment and healing potential. When power is concentrated in the hands of a few, it can stifle creativity, innovation, and the free flow of energy, limiting access to healing resources and suppressing alternative perspectives. One quantum healer helping a town to heal can vibrate higher than the entire Vatican. Is the Vatican sapping our energy to keep their power? As we move from external reliance to the heart frequency, we begin to feel divine. You are meant to step into your anointing. What if the imbalance is intentional, strategically orchestrated to keep you in the dark about your own abilities? We're just scratching the surface of how deep this goes. But now comes the empowering part. What if Christ consciousness isn't a concept reserved for saints or gurus, but a state of direct connection to divine energy and healing power accessible to every individual? What if Christ's healing miracles weren't unique to him, but rather a demonstration of the potential inherent in all human beings? That potential is in you right now. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a call to reclaim your spiritual birthright and step into your own healing power. So, how do you activate this Christ consciousness and unlock your own healing potential? It starts with intention, with a conscious decision to connect with the divine energy that flows through all things. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and visualize a radiant light filling your body, dissolving any blockages or imbalances. Feel the love and compassion of Christ flowing through you, healing your wounds and empowering you to heal others. Meditate for just 11 minutes to start, but stay consistent. The Vatican will never want you to step into this potential. And there's more. Don't be afraid to explore alternative spiritual practices and healing modalities that resonate with you, such as Reiki, Qigong, or yoga. These practices can help you to connect with your own energy field, balance your chakras, and unlock your innate healing abilities. Research quantum healing in your area and explore. Find a practice that aligns with your beliefs and values, and don't be afraid to experiment until you find what works best for you. Remember, the key is you allowing the healing. Ultimately, it comes down to this. Are you willing to question the Vatican's motives and reclaim your own spiritual authority? Are you willing to challenge established beliefs, explore alternative perspectives, and embrace your own innate healing abilities? The Vatican wants you to trust the priest. Ask yourself, does the Vatican truly have your best interests at heart, or are they more concerned with maintaining their own power and wealth? Only you can answer that question, and your answer will determine the course of your spiritual journey. What you'll find is that you can pray directly to Source. Even if unintentionally, what's happened has happened, and you can begin to find your own power now. As we have discussed, the true teachings of Christ emphasize direct connection to divine power and the potential for self-healing. What if this potential is far greater than you ever imagined, and that by reclaiming your innate healing abilities, you can not only transform your own life, but also contribute to the healing of the planet? Building on this idea, understanding these suppressed teachings can empower you to take control of your life, make choices that align with your highest good, and create a reality filled with love, joy, and abundance. This isn't just about personal healing, it's about reclaiming your individual sovereignty and becoming a co-creator of your own destiny. This knowledge will allow you to make the decisions that are best for you, but we're just scratching the surface. In the next section, we'll delve into specific biblical passages and lost books that support the concept of energy healing, revealing hidden meanings and forgotten wisdom. What if the Gnostic Gospels and other alternative texts offer a more complete and empowering picture of Christ's teachings, one that challenges the Vatican's narrative and unlocks your own healing potential. Have you ever experienced energy healing or felt a disconnect between the Vatican's teachings and your own spiritual experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a community of empowered healers and spiritual seekers who are reclaiming their birthright and transforming the world together. As we've discussed, the true teachings of Christ emphasize direct connection to divine power and the potential for self-healing, a potential far greater than you've ever imagined. But what if the Bible itself, the very foundation of the Vatican's authority, contains hidden clues supporting these suppressed teachings? What if, by re-examining familiar passages with fresh eyes, we can unlock a deeper understanding of Christ's message and reclaim our innate healing abilities? Consider the numerous accounts of Jesus laying on hands to heal the sick, blind, and crippled. The Vatican presents these as miraculous acts unique to Christ, but what if they were also demonstrations of a learnable technique, a transfer of energy that anyone can access with the right intention and training? This isn't just about faith, it's about understanding the energetic principles at play. Think about it, Jesus didn't just will people to be healed, he physically touched them, acting as a conduit for divine energy. Is it possible that the laying on of hands is a powerful method of energy transfer, suppressed by the Vatican to keep you from understanding your own capabilities? The Church would not want you to lay your hands on someone instead of them. Take the story of the woman with the issue of blood, Luke 8, 4,348. For 12 long years, she suffered, spending all her money on doctors who couldn't cure her. Desperate, she approached Jesus from behind and touched the hem of his garment, and immediately she was healed. But here's the twist. Jesus didn't consciously perform a miracle, rather he said, "Someone touched me. I know that power has gone out from me." Luke 8:46. What if this wasn't a one-time event, but a clear demonstration of energy transfer? The woman, driven by faith and desperation, drew energy from Christ's auric field, activating her own healing process. Isn't this direct access to healing power, bypassing any need for intermediaries or rituals, a direct contradiction to the Vatican's teachings? How many accounts of this have been suppressed by the Vatican? But the Bible isn't the only source of hidden wisdom. What if texts deemed heretical or apocryphal by the Vatican offer a more complete picture of Christ's teachings on healing? The Gnostic Gospels, such as the Gospel of Thomas and the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, present a different perspective on Jesus and his message, emphasizing inner knowing, direct spiritual experience, and the potential for all individuals to achieve enlightenment or Christ consciousness. How many people are unaware of the healing potential within these lost books? The Vatican hides these books from the public. Consider the Gospel of Thomas, which contains a series of sayings attributed to Jesus. Many of these sayings emphasize the importance of self-knowledge and inner transformation. One such saying states, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." Gospel of Thomas, saying 70. What if this is a direct reference to the power of accessing our own inner healing energy? Is this teaching about unlocking our innate potential, a path to self-healing and spiritual empowerment, a direct challenge to the Vatican's emphasis on external authority and reliance on the Church for salvation? You have the ability to heal yourself. Or consider the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which portrays Mary as a close disciple of Jesus, entrusted with secret teachings that she shares with the other apostles. In this Gospel, Mary describes a vision in which Jesus reveals the nature of reality and the path to spiritual liberation. Her insights challenge the traditional patriarchal structure of the Church and empower individuals to seek their own truth. Is that why the Vatican vilified her? What if Mary Magdalene was actually a master energy healer, trained by Jesus himself, and her teachings were deliberately suppressed by the Vatican to maintain its control over spiritual knowledge? What truths would be revealed to you should you be able to experience the Gospel of Mary Magdalene? Even texts not directly linked to Christianity offer supporting evidence, and many quantum healers have unlocked sacred geometries that are in alignment with Christ consciousness. But here's the shocking part. The patterns of sacred geometry found in ancient temples, crop circles, and even the structure of DNA are all expressions of a universal energy field. These geometries act as conduits for energy, amplifying and directing healing frequencies. Could it be that Jesus, consciously or unconsciously, tapped into these geometric patterns to perform his healings, and these geometries have been deliberately concealed from you to keep you disconnected from the divine source of healing? This brings us to a crucial question. What is the true meaning of Christ consciousness, and how can we access it to unlock our own healing potential? Is it something reserved for a select few, or is it a state of being accessible to all? Christ consciousness is a state of higher awareness, a profound connection to divine energy characterized by love, compassion, and healing. It's not about worshiping Jesus as a deity, but about embodying the qualities that he exemplified, such as unconditional love, forgiveness, and selfless service. This state is accessible to all who seek it, regardless of their religious background or beliefs. What if the divine energy is within you at all times? Think of it like this. You are a radio receiver, capable of tuning into different frequencies. Most of the time, you're tuned into the frequency of the everyday world, with its anxieties, fears, and limitations. But you also have the ability to tune into a higher frequency, the frequency of Christ consciousness, where you can access a limitless source of healing energy. Isn't this a gift? Is it possible that the Vatican, by emphasizing external rituals and dogma, is deliberately keeping you tuned into the lower frequencies, preventing you from accessing your full potential? You have the ability to change frequencies. Here's what most people miss. The term energy healing has been stigmatized as New Age, a label often used to dismiss anything that challenges conventional beliefs. But energy healing isn't a modern invention, it's a practice rooted in ancient traditions and natural laws. For millennia, cultures around the world have understood the interconnectedness of all things and the power of energy to heal the body, mind, and spirit. Quantum physics is now beginning to catch up, demonstrating that everything in the universe is made up of energy and that our thoughts and intentions can influence reality. Are you ready to be a quantum healer? Consider the pineal gland, a small endocrine gland located in the center of the brain. Ancient societies, such as the Egyptians and the Greeks, revered the pineal gland as the seat of the soul or the third eye, recognizing its connection to intuition, spiritual insight, and higher consciousness. Modern science has discovered that the pineal gland produces melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep and wake cycles, as well as DMT, a powerful psychedelic compound associated with spiritual experiences. What if the pineal gland is not just a biological organ, but also an energetic portal, a gateway to higher dimensions of consciousness and healing? How can you unlock this gift? So how do you activate this Christ consciousness and unlock your own healing abilities? It starts with practical techniques that can be integrated into your daily life. Meditation, visualization, breathwork, and affirmations are all powerful tools for connecting with divine energy and activating your inner healer. You must practice these techniques consistently to achieve your goals. Begin with a simple meditation. Find a quiet space where you can relax without being disturbed. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and focus your attention on your heart center. Visualize a radiant light emanating from your heart, filling your entire body with love and compassion. Feel the presence of Christ within you, guiding and healing you. Repeat affirmations such as, I am connected to divine energy, I am a healer, and I am filled with love and compassion. Meditate on the power of love. Practice laying on of hands with intention and focused energy. Place your hands gently on your own body or on another person, visualizing healing energy flowing from your hands into the area that needs healing. Focus your intention on promoting healing and well-being. Remember, intention is everything. If you are scared, the patient will be scared. Keep a journal to explore your beliefs about healing and identify any limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. Ask yourself questions such as, What are my earliest memories of healing? What do I believe about my own healing abilities? What fears or doubts do I have about energy healing? Write down your answers honestly and without judgment. Journal every day to hold yourself accountable. Connect with others who are exploring energy healing and Christ consciousness. Join online communities, attend local workshops, or find a mentor who can guide you on your journey. Sharing your experiences and learning from others can be a powerful way to accelerate your own healing and growth. Work with others to expedite your learning. Ultimately, understanding energy healing is about reclaiming your spiritual power and accessing a more complete understanding of Christ's teachings. It's not about rejecting the Vatican or any other religious institution, but about empowering yourself to connect with the divine in a personal and authentic way. Whether intentional or not, the Vatican has contributed to the suppression of this knowledge. It's up to each individual to reclaim their spiritual birthright and unlock their own healing potential. Regardless of the Vatican's intent, many are unaware of their own potential. You are not one of them. Do you have the potential to be an energy healer? In the next section, we'll delve into the Vatican's potential motivations for suppressing these teachings, exploring the power dynamics, financial implications, and historical context that may have contributed to this suppression. What if the Vatican's true motivations are even more complex and far-reaching than we ever imagined? Do you think that we will ever unlock their true intentions? Whether the Vatican is hiding energy healing teachings or not, it is ultimately up to you to heal yourself. Trust the connection with Christ, let Him guide you, and remember that the power to heal lies within you. Don't underestimate this power. As we start to unfold these layers, a crucial question emerges. What could possibly motivate the Vatican to conceal the true teachings of Christ, especially when it comes to something as profound as energy healing? What forces are at play? The answers, as you might suspect, are complex and deeply rooted in the history of power, control, and spiritual gatekeeping. But here's the thing, understanding these motivations is essential to reclaiming your own spiritual power. One potential motive lies in the Vatican's historical desire to maintain authority over spiritual practices. Imagine the Vatican as a vast, ancient kingdom, and its doctrines as the laws that govern that kingdom. Throughout history, the Vatican has meticulously crafted its teachings to solidify its position as the ultimate authority on all matters of faith and spirituality. But what if energy healing, with its emphasis on direct, personal connection to divine energy, bypasses the need for priestly intercession? What if it empowers individuals to heal themselves without relying on the Church as a middleman? This direct access to the divine could be perceived as a threat to the Vatican's hierarchical structure, undermining its role as gatekeeper to spiritual power. Is the Vatican deliberately keeping you from your potential? Think about it. For centuries, the Vatican has positioned itself as the sole interpreter of God's word, the only path to salvation. This control over spiritual knowledge has translated into immense power and influence. If individuals were to discover that they already possess the innate ability to heal themselves and connect with divine energy directly, what need would they have for the Church's rituals, sacraments, or intermediaries? The Vatican, in this scenario, would risk losing its grip on the spiritual lives of its followers, potentially leading to a decline in its authority and influence. This is not about discrediting the work the Church does, but rather taking note of how this system works. But power isn't the only potential motive. Let's consider the financial implications. The Vatican is one of the wealthiest institutions in the world, with vast holdings of land, real estate, and investments. Controlling healing practices and resources could be another way to generate revenue. Compare the Vatican's immense wealth and resources with the limited financial support for energy healing research and practitioners. What if the suppression of energy healing is not just about maintaining spiritual authority, but also about protecting a lucrative financial empire? Think about the pharmaceutical industry, which profits immensely from the treatment of disease. If energy healing were widely accepted and practiced, Wouldn't it pose a threat to the profits of the pharmaceutical industry? And could there be a connection between the Vatican's financial interests and its stance on energy healing? But here's the catch. The Vatican's concern might not be with money, but with dogmatic purity. The Vatican may genuinely believe that energy healing practices could dilute or distort traditional Christian beliefs. Many forms of energy healing, such as Reiki and Qigong, have roots in other spiritual traditions, such as Buddhism and Taoism. The Vatican might view these connections as syncretism, the blending of different religious beliefs, which it sees as a threat to the purity of Christian doctrine. Is the Vatican possibly protecting Christian beliefs? Consider how the Vatican views other spiritual traditions. While the Church has made efforts to engage in interfaith dialogue, it has historically maintained a firm stance on the uniqueness and superiority of Christianity. The Vatican might fear that embracing energy healing, with its connections to other spiritual traditions, could lead to a blurring of religious boundaries and a weakening of Christian identity. The Church might see it as dangerous or an alignment with other religions. This isn't to say that the Vatican is necessarily acting out of malice, but rather out of a sincere belief that it is protecting the integrity of its faith. Are the Vatican's teachings truly Christian? Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Isn't it possible that the Vatican simply views energy healing as pseudoscience or ineffective, acting in good faith to protect its followers from false hope? That's entirely possible. The Vatican, like any institution, is composed of individuals with diverse beliefs and motivations. Some within the Vatican may genuinely believe that energy healing is a dangerous or misleading practice, and that it is their duty to protect their flock from harm. However, this explanation doesn't fully account for the historical suppression of alternative healing practices or the Vatican's tendency to dismiss anything that challenges its authority. If energy healing is truly harmless, why would the Vatican actively discourage its practice? What most people don't realize is that the Vatican's centralized power structure reinforces its control over information and spiritual practices. Picture the Vatican as a funnel channeling spiritual energy and resources through a narrow opening. This centralized structure allows the Vatican to control the flow of information, selectively promoting doctrines that support its authority and suppressing those that challenge it. By controlling the narrative around spirituality and healing, the Vatican can maintain its position as the ultimate arbiter of truth. The truth is within you. But what are the psychological effects of this centralized spiritual authority? How does it impact individual empowerment and self-reliance? When individuals rely on external authority for their spiritual guidance, they may stifle their own inner intuition and limit the development of their personal healing abilities. Think about it. If you are constantly told what to believe, how to pray, and how to heal, you may never learn to trust your own inner voice or discover your own unique gifts. Depending on an external source can stifle your own energetic abilities. It's essential to remember that true spiritual empowerment comes from within. This isn't just about the Vatican. Throughout history, institutions have suppressed knowledge that threatens their power. Scientific discoveries, political ideologies, and even artistic expressions have been censored, banned, or destroyed because they challenged the status quo. What is the status quo? Draw parallels between the Vatican's alleged suppression of energy healing and other instances of knowledge suppression throughout history. Are we doomed to repeat the same patterns of control and oppression? What's more, dogma itself can block the flow of divine energy. Rigid belief systems, with their emphasis on conformity and adherence to strict rules, can create energetic blockages that prevent individuals from connecting with their own inner wisdom and healing power. Dogma makes people unable to explore. Think of the pineal gland, our energetic portal to the divine. An unwillingness to explore could close the pineal gland and keep you in the dark. And what happens if your third eye closes? So, what can you do? How can you take control of your spiritual journey and reclaim your innate healing abilities? It starts with questioning the motivations of any institution claiming authority over your spiritual well-being, including the Vatican. Ask yourself, does this institution empower me, or does it keep me dependent on its teachings? Does it encourage me to explore my own inner world, or does it tell me what to believe? The truth is that you are your own best guru. More importantly, you must learn to discern truth from falsehood, relying on your inner intuition and direct connection to divine energy. Develop a spiritual compass to navigate conflicting information. Trust your gut feelings, pay attention to your dreams, and listen to the whispers of your soul. The answers you seek are already within you, waiting to be discovered. Trust your spiritual compass. What if you were to challenge yourself to explore energy healing practices and assess their effectiveness based on personal experience, not external authority? Try Reiki, Qigong, or any other form of energy healing that resonates with you. Honestly evaluate the effects. Does it make you feel more grounded, more connected, more alive? Or does it leave you feeling drained, confused, or manipulated? Your own experience is the ultimate test of truth. You must try it for yourself to know the truth. As you explore, remember to use the free will afforded by Christ. Be skeptical, but respectful. Recognize that there are likely people within the Vatican doing their best, operating from their own limited perspectives and beliefs. Approach your exploration with compassion and understanding, but never compromise your own truth. The divine light shines on all. As we start to come full circle, let's reiterate that the true teachings of Christ emphasize individual empowerment and direct access to divine energy. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide. If the Vatican hides anything, it is always up to the viewer to find the truth. The Vatican has its own opinions, but you have yours. Building on this idea, it is your journey to reclaim your spiritual inheritance and take responsibility for your own healing. Take control of the new reality, regardless of external circumstances. After all, the kingdom of heaven is within you, and the power to heal is in your hands. Start to visualize how the new reality looks for you, but we're just scratching the surface. In the next section, we'll explore practical techniques for accessing and directing healing energy. Think of exercises for developing energetic sensitivity and healing abilities. You can feel it. What do you think motivates the Vatican's stance on energy healing? Share your thoughts below, but let's keep it respectful and open-minded. Now let's dive into the intriguing premise of tapping into divine energy. This isn't some far-off, unattainable concept reserved for saints and mystics. Accessing and directing divine energy is a fundamental aspect of Christ's teachings, and it's your birthright. Think of it not as a supernatural gift, but as a natural, innate ability, an untapped potential lying dormant within you, waiting to be awakened. You already have everything you need. Challenge the common perception of miracles as random acts. What if Jesus' miracles weren't just divine interventions, but demonstrations of mastery over universal energy principles? What if they were applications of a learnable science, a profound understanding of how to manipulate the very fabric of reality? What if you, too, could learn to wield this power? Consider why modern Christianity often neglects training in energy manipulation. Isn't it curious that a faith rooted in healing and transformation often overlooks the practical, energetic aspects of spiritual growth? Could it be that a crucial component of Christ consciousness has been lost or suppressed along the way? Is the true Christ consciousness simply about loving thy neighbor, or both love and a practical understanding of energy? Unlock the power now. But here's the thing, reality itself is not as fixed as you've been led to believe. What if reality is a fluid energy field that can be shaped and molded by consciousness? Through focused energy, you can learn to manipulate reality to shift into new timelines and new realities. What you'll soon discover is that a group of people meditating at one frequency can change the frequency of a town, a city, or even the world. This is a power you have. Now let's unfold the evidence, the science and spirituality of energy. Consider this. Divine energy isn't some abstract, ethereal force. It is the planet's own electromagnetic field. Everything in existence is connected. Every living being emits their own electromagnetic field, their own unique energetic signature. This is why gifted empaths can read people so easily. They're tapping into the electromagnetic field. Think about the implications. The truth is that intention has a demonstrable effect on the physical world. Research shows the placebo effect, and studies proving thoughts can influence plant growth. What is this but directed energy? This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about harnessing the power of your consciousness to shape your reality. What you will find is that intention is everything. Here's why that matters to you. It's not just Christianity. Consider the cultures all over the world who harness energy without religion. Look at the monks who can control their body temperature in freezing conditions. This ability exists outside the confines of any particular faith and can be learned without being associated with any religion. But it becomes even more powerful when done with a divine consciousness. Expand your mind now. What's more, the scientific research of sound frequencies healing the human body is extensive and growing every day. What most people don't know is that specific frequencies can affect cancer cells in test tubes. What if sound can restructure matter? What does this mean for your body? The truth is waiting for you. This brings us to a deep dive, techniques for directing divine energy. The most important key is focusing your intention. Your intention is the rudder that guides the ship of your energy. What you focus on, you empower. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Direct your energy and you can live the life of your dreams. Also, amplifying and directing energy is done through visualization and emotion. Think of it this way, focusing feelings is like amplifying your field, therefore magnifying your energy. So how do you focus your feelings? Here's the answer. Use the sacred heart activation, connecting to the heart's electromagnetic field to magnify feelings and amplify your connection. How do you do it? Guide yourself through a meditation focusing on love and gratitude and pay attention to its energetic effects. You can instantly feel your entire energetic body shift when you do this. Most importantly, amplify your energy with Christ consciousness, making you a stronger beacon of light. Picture Jesus as the electrical cord to a light bulb that allows the bulb to ignite. Do you see how you can become that bright bulb? But here's the twist. Your beliefs about the nature of reality could be what's holding you back. Reality is not fixed. It's a fluid energy field that can be shaped by your consciousness. Challenge your beliefs. Here's what you must do. Begin to play with the idea that your thoughts create your reality, referencing law of attraction concepts. It is time to explore the power of attraction and intention. It is time to attract the life you want. Which leads us to our call to action, creating new realities. Actively experiment with your energy, using techniques for manifesting desired outcomes and shifting to new realities. You are not alone. It's time to use it. Here's how. Visualize and feel a desired future as if it's already real, then act in alignment with that reality. It's important that you live your new life now. Connect with others who are exploring these techniques, creating a support system for energy work and collective manifestation. This is key. We are not meant to do this work alone. It is far more powerful with community. The fact is, your connection to Christ is real and can be a guide for all realities. If one timeline goes dark, Jesus is the battery pack to ignite the next best timeline. Let Christ lead the way. Most importantly, begin sharing with others how you are using these techniques for manifestation, inspiring others to connect with their own power. Encourage them to share in the comments what happened when they focused on their energy and intent. Show them the path. Now, let's bring this full circle. Accessing and directing divine energy is an inherent human right, not a privilege granted by any institution, including the Vatican. The power is already within you. Regardless of the Vatican's role, the power lies within you. But here's what you should consider. Could the Vatican be either intentionally or unintentionally blocking freeing energy? Consider how the Vatican's teachings affect collective consciousness, either limiting or empowering. What are the effects of this one way or the other? In the next section, we'll delve into real-life case studies of individuals who have successfully used these techniques to transform their lives, and create new realities. You'll hear stories of people who healed themselves from chronic illness, manifested abundance, or shifted into more fulfilling timelines. Their stories will inspire you to reclaim your own power. And remember, regardless of what the Vatican says or does, God will always win. As we come to the end of this journey together, exploring the hidden corners of the Vatican's history and the suppressed potential within ourselves, take a moment to pause. Take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to let what you've learned settle into your bones. So after all this, after uncovering the potential for suppression, and after recognizing the inherent power of your own Christ consciousness, do you feel closer to the truth, or does the path ahead seem even more winding? Take a moment and really ask yourself what you feel. Either way, you've come this far, showing an open mind and dedicated soul. Thank you for that. Throughout our exploration, we've touched upon some provocative ideas. The possibility that the Vatican has, intentionally or unintentionally, obscured the true teachings of Christ regarding energy healing. The readily available access to Christ consciousness, that divine spark within each of us, and the immense, often underestimated, power of individual intention to shape reality. These aren't just abstract concepts for theologians to debate. These are the keys, the very keys, to unlocking your own healing potential and reclaiming your spiritual birthright. The suppression that we discussed is simply a wall in front of a treasure chest inside of yourself. Now, let's broaden our perspective. This isn't merely about a single institution or even a single religion. This is about the universal human quest for spiritual freedom, the relentless drive for self-empowerment, and the unending search